Down south, hunting is more than a pastime. It's a tradition. Whether you're tucked into a pine thicket for whitetail or chasing hogs through the bottoms, Nosler Ammo offers the kind of reliable, knockdown power that earns respect season after season. Trust the name that's built a reputation on performance. Trust Nosler.
Welcome to the Southern U Podcast, brought to you by Darden Archery on the OKest Podcast Network, with your co-host Matt Brock, Jeremy Ferguson, and Taylor McMurtry. If you're looking for all things land-related in the Southeast, you came to the right place. Whether it's real estate, habitat, wildlife, or just being outdoors, this is the place for you. Welcome to the Southern U. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Southern U Podcast. As Cody's phone, I don't know what's going on over there.
The Leonard Carr
Oh,
is
hey.
calling me.
Heck yeah. So if it's your first time checking out the podcast, we talk all things land related here in the Southeast. That could be real estate, it could be ag, timber, hunting, recreational property, real estate, all that good stuff. If it has to do with land, we'll talk about it. And today is going to be a fun episode because, as most of you guys who listen are turkey hunters, we're getting ready. Those of you who have already opened up, you're already,
If you're already open, I'm jealous of you.
Yeah, we're all jealous. But everybody here in Alabama is getting ready. Opening days, what, tomorrow for private land?
Yes, it better be.
Yeah.
We're going, if it is or not.
Yeah. We might be in trouble.
We've waited
I try my
long
best not
enough.
to break game laws, but
Yeah, we might be in trouble. We're going to go. But anyways, I'm joined here always as I would press my button where we can get the official intro, but we may skip it today. Jeremy Ferguson, Tutland, Tutland Company and Wildlife Consulting Services.
What's up, folks?
What's up, man? And we back by popular demand. We got Uncle Corey,
Yep.
Mr. Cody Green.
Uncle Corey.
Somebody will have to explain that nickname because his name is Cody,
Yeah.
but yet he's called Uncle Corey.
Well,
Don't know why.
there's in our older group of friends, I don't think any of us, but maybe a couple, go by their actual name.
the only reason he's known as Ferg or Jeremy Ferguson on here is just because there's not more of his
Old buddies.
older friends.
Yeah, because
on here.
I get Gerald.
Yep.
I hear that every now and then. I hear
Harold.
Harold. Yeah, I get
Harold,
both of
Gene.
those.
Yeah.
Mean Dean,
Yeah.
And a Frazier every now and then.
old Gerald Frazier.
So I don't want to sideline too long, but I'll give you the backstory on all that.
Okay.
And this originally all started when I worked at Cetera, and with Buddy Byron and Brady Cox and John Monasco and all those guys who Cody knows, but I don't know if you do or not. But anyway, we're riding down the road and Byron's with me, and phone rings, and it's Bluetooth at that point in time, so it's just coming in the truck, and I answer the phone. I was like, hello, and the guy just goes, hey, who is this? I'm like, okay. I said, well, you called me, but it's Jeremy Ferguson. Jeremy Ferguson. He said, who? And I say it again, Jeremy Ferguson. He said, I don't think I called you. And I'm like, yeah, we're on the phone. You called me.
I sure didn't
in
call
fact,
you.
Didn't call me.
And he goes, and who are you with? And I said, Cetera. He said, oh, Sequoia. Yeah. Okay. I got it now. I know who I'm talking to. And so that was the start. It couldn't have been 2 or 3 weeks later. A lady calls in and just keeps calling one of our force techs, Jared McCarley. And finally he answers the phone. And just straight out the gate, not, hey, how you doing? Because we can all kind of hear sitting around the office together. And she just goes, hey, you that fella that's got them cats for sale? And so we still call him Cat Peddler to this
go.
day. And rocking along, I don't know, a few weeks later, we all get our business credit cards in the mail. And Byron's says Brian. Brady's says Brandy. And of course, mine was right because my name's spelled weird. And
Yeah.
so everybody looks at it and just gets it right. So, and then to top it all off,
Backfired.
You topped that off real
topped
good.
it off. And to top it all off, when Mary and I got married, when they introduced us, it was Mr. and Mrs. Frazier. So
okay.
there's just this long line of everybody not going by their name, and it has just stuck till today.
Yeah, it's funny that you, Cody, brought up the whole, like, the only reason you've got this name is because a bunch of your older guys are not in here.
Yeah.
Because in school, I was always T-Mac. Like, you know, because
Right.
people can't spell McMurtry. So it's, whatever, just do that. So every now and then, one of my, like, high school buddies will say that. And somebody that I've met after school, it's like, who's that? Who are they talking to?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
talking to me. So
Yeah, I've had a ton of nicknames through the years, but
my college roommate, his I'm really proud of this one, though, because I gave him the name and it actually stuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes you
There's
call,
no better feeling.
Yeah, like you call somebody something and it just fizzles out. But his nickname is Squirrel, and that stuck from 7th grade. Like, he's still Squirrel today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
great.
Ones that stick that longer, that's pretty solid there.
Yeah.
yeah, because
You essentially just renamed a human being.
yeah, I mean, like,
Might as well.
he's a gamer too, so he would stay up all hours of the night playing games on, like, PC. And our landlord in college would come, you know, once a month, and when he would get off work in the afternoon, usually it was like, 5 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. Well, he'd show up and want checks, you know, for rent, and we would always have to go and like wake Squirrel up because he was up all night gaming. He's still asleep. Hey man, we gotta have a check for, you know. He'd just like give us his checkbook, like just whatever, just do it, whatever. And so the landlord was like, man, y'all need to change his name to like Bear or something because he hibernates. That dude don't, you know. But,
Sleeper.
anyways, so we're, like I said, we're going to talk turkeys today, and even though we've not talked about this a whole lot, Uncle Corey over here has, I mean, like Jeremy's even said it before, probably one of the most accomplished turkey hunters around. Like, Cody kills some turkeys.
For his age, yeah.
And
Cody and our old buddy out in Texas, Matt Moore.
who's already put one on the ground, by
Yeah,
the way.
Yeah,
that's
I'll be
some-
telling everybody that.
Both of them some turkey killing, some with guns.
Yep, no doubt. So, what I thought would be fun is we're still going to kind of keep our typical format. We're going to change it up a little bit. Rather than ask specific questions as far as just, you know, calling strategies and stuff like that, I want to throw specific scenarios at these guys
Uh-oh.
and say, here is the scenario. Maybe it's opening day, or maybe it's later in the season. Maybe it's, you know, towards the end of turkey season, and you know, they're not not wanting to die quite as bad as they used to, you know, whatever, or maybe they're henned up, whatever. So, like, we're going to throw some scenarios at them and just let them go, hey, what would you do in this situation to maybe, you know, give you the best chance at putting that bird, you know, in the back of your truck. So,
Well,
he has no idea what we're going to ask him.
it's
Neither
ought
does
to be
Jeremy.
fun.
It's-
Because, I didn't know we were doing a podcast last night.
Yeah.
I was on
Me either, really.
I was on a bulldozer to dark, and I was like, yeah,
So,
I guess so.
if y'all are up for it, I'll throw the first one at you.
Come on.
All right, so this one, we'll just call this one henned up. Here's the scenario. It's mid-morning. You've been working a bird since fly down, and he's got 4 or 5 hens with him and just won't leave. I mean, he's just not going to leave them.
Okay.
All right. They're feeding away slowly. Like, you can, I'm assuming in this scenario you actually have eyes on them, I guess, or you might just be able to hear them.
You got to tell us
All right.
here.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
in the question, there's no specifics.
Okay.
But they're feeding away, and he's gobbling less and less. So he's not responding, and you can tell that he's working away from you. You know he has hens
Is he
with him.
with the hen?
Yes.
Oh, you can see him. So, okay.
He's got 4 to 5 hens with him.
Okay.
You're calling. He does respond. It's just not as time goes on, he responds less and less, and he's getting farther and farther away.
Yeah.
Here's the question. So how do you adjust? Do you stay aggressive? Are you doubling down on your calling, or are you going to try to back out and circle around? And you can feel like they're working away from you, so are you going to try to make a big loop and cut them off? Or do you just completely reset and just come back later?
Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm going to answer that real quick.
I know what I'd do.
It depends.
There we go. Classic.
It does depend.
Southern U exclusive.
That's just where it depends.
Yeah.
Well, my typical answer, if he has been responsive, and he's with some birds, I've still got eyes on. My typical standpoint where I'm going to lean is probably sit back and just wait him out a little bit, because he's either going to service those hens or already has, and when he's done with that, he knows where you are. Mm-hmm. He's going to come looking. Chances are anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to play it safe and sit back and give it a couple of hours. Now, if it's game hadn't changed in a couple of hours, then I may, readjust.
Well, and again, I know this wasn't in this question, but very important variable here is I know you can hunt all day, in Alabama, and in other states you can't. It stops at whatever noon, or like I know Illinois,
You
I
can
think
hunt
is
all day on private land.
yeah,
and that's
public
it only.
land, yeah.
right. So
Can't.
I think in Illinois it doesn't matter whether it's public or private, you still can't hunt past noon or 1 o'clock or something like that.
Right.
So I know there's those factors too. So if it's mid morning and crap, I can't hunt but 2 more hours. Or
Well,
whatever.
if it's mid morning, let's say 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's kind of late morning almost. And he's still with hens.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that your chances of killing that turkey are none, because they're not. Mm-hmm. But if you can't, like Jeremy said, give that turkey some time. If he's got that many hens with him, I'm probably going to look for another bird, or if I'm in a place where obviously I can go back and hunt again, I'll find out what he's doing, and I'll go back and kill him the next day. I'm not going to pressure him to. And that's a thing that, I mean, the majority of your turkey hunters out there, your everyday turkey hunter, that is the biggest mistake they make. Trust me, I did it when I was young. I am a turkey hunter of consequence, because I've learned from all the mistakes I made from the time I was 7 years old. You can't kill that bird, but the worst thing you can do, like everybody else, is just pressuring him, keeping aggravating that turkey. A turkey can tell really fast, especially ones that are pressured a little bit. He don't know that you're human. He just knows that whatever that is going on over there is not something that I see all the time.
It's not natural.
So that everybody, like, he smelled a rat. It don't take a lot for one to go. That
ain't
if
right.
that hen's hung in a fence or something over there that keeps squawking at me, so I don't want to go over there and have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And it's something we need to do another episode on with somebody like Leonard or Eddie, but turkeys are talking to each other when they're making calls.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think some people glaze over, is each one of those noises they're making means something to them.
Right.
And you kind of have to understand what you're saying to that bird. And when you're saying the wrong thing at the wrong time, look, I'm no Tom Turkey, but something tells me they can figure those things out.
Mm-hmm. I got a couple of things I would throw at him that I can't demonstrate on here unless, maybe I might see it later in a video if we in fact get some turkey hunting done. But if that don't work, I'm done. I'm not gonna, because I've got a few things. There's what's the top secret deal?
Every bird different.
I got a few things that I will personally try that I've tried through the years, and something, everybody's like, oh, well, you can try fighting purr. That's pretty common. I would try that to see how he reacted. But as far as like being some kind of magical turkey caller or something, there's maybe 3 things in my bag that I would try as far as calling goes, or something that you could do to try to pull that bird back. And if he don't respond to that, the best thing you can do is just hush and leave him alone.
Yeah.
And another thing, of course, we talk, a lot about deer and turkey and everything else. It's a lot easier if you know the property as well.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So if it's a public land bird and it's just all for naught, then some people are just going to pressure him and just see if they can kill him, and then move somewhere else. But if it's a place that you're going to hunt time and time again, and you understand and know the lay of the land, then maybe you make a different move that you wouldn't make another time, or vice versa.
Yeah, and this is the kind of like shooting from the hip style we got going here. You'd said, now, if I got Onyx, or if I've got knowledge of it, the turkey hunting is. If you know the lay of your land, you are about 10 steps. If you know how to use it, 10 steps ahead of the birds. If that's the biggest thing is woodsmanship when it comes to turkey hunting. But if I could move on the bird, and I kind of knew the general area, and I knew I could safely do it without boogering him or something weird, or safe. If you're in public land, you always got to think somebody could be over there. But anyway, if I could move on the bird, then yes, I would try that.
Yeah.
But that would be the only other thing. If I kind of knew the general direction they were going, I might get in front of them and try to soft call. That could completely change it could change the whole game for you. But just from a calling standpoint is what I was thinking earlier.
Yeah, well, like I've had a scenario like this before where like you get drawn for an SOA or like public land, like you said, and like, hey, I don't get to hunt tomorrow. My time's up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go throw everything at them because I got nothing to lose. But at the same time, that might not be the right call. It might not work. But
now, if I'm still, 8 years ago, still living in Texas, and I get to hunt 3 or 4 days in Alabama, and he's going away from me, and hey, I got to go back to Texas tomorrow. I'm gonna get around that bird and kill it if I can. I'll be more aggressive in certain circumstances. Last day of season or something like that. You got to do what you got to do. It really don't matter. But if I'm just every day out on a tract of land I got leased or whatever, that's the best thing to do is don't pressure your birds, because I know several guys I've talked to last week been listening, and some have been youth hunting, and they're like, man, look, I've been hooting at them, and you got half of them already calling me on the phone. They're like, man, they're just blowing the leaves off the trees, and the other guys are like, we saw 4 or 5 gobblers, but we ain't heard nothing, but we've been blowing the crap out of a crow call. And I'm like, the first thing you're probably doing wrong is you're probably doing too much. Calm down is the best thing I could tell you.
I mean, like we went out and sat on a place that we were working on the other evening, and we had some video of that big fire. I mean, we didn't do anything until kind of the last little bit of gobbling they were doing on limb at fly up, and Cody could hoot and they'd gobble. But I mean, we just sat there 15 minutes right at fly up, and had 7 or 8 birds gobbling, and we didn't have to do anything. They didn't know we were in the world.
Those are fairly unpressured birds.
They are,
and they.
Well, you say that, and there's public land pretty close.
Well, but they know where to stay.
Yeah,
yeah, they can get out of it. And that's funny you brought up the kind of the silent bird, because that's the second scenario I've got here. So we'll jump to this one. So you strike a bird off the roost, but once he hits the ground, he goes completely silent. No gobbles, no drumming, nothing. But like you absolutely know that he is in an area, or in that area. What's your next move? Do you keep calling? Do you go quiet? Or do you start covering ground, trying to make up the distance between you?
I'm a little bit I may be a little bit different than some folks, but if he ain't gonna gobble, I don't. They piss me off. I don't
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with them because it gets kind of aggravating because the fun part is messing with the bird, hearing him gobble, talking back and forth. That's the fun part. And if they're not going to play the game, then it's not the same game. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I know how to kill him, yeah, I'll go kill him. But I don't. From a turkey hunter standpoint, I'm not going to say I've never done it, but the older I've got, the less I am willing to deer hunt a turkey, and just sit on him and just wait.
Gerald likes to be in the action.
Yeah, I don't mind being patient and waiting on a bird.
Yes, you do.
I do sometimes, yeah. But I'm not just going to go sit on a plot and wait for him to walk in the plot and shoot him. I can't do it.
All right, let's say this: we're on public land, which I hunt, and I've been treated. That's kind of one of my jams. So, just don't call to him. If that bird's been answering you and he's hot on a limb and he flies down and he gets quiet, you better. I've been, obviously I've hunted a lot of years, and I'll be with guys and we'll kill turkey or we won't, whatever. Man, you called a lot and you just burning the woods up, And I'm like, well, turkey hunting is about, when you've been doing it a long time, it's like a feeling. Yeah. You can feel it. Yeah. I know when I can and I cannot get aggressive with my calling. I know when and when not to. And that's something, unfortunately, you cannot teach that.
You just got to learn it by mistakes.
Yes, and I run into I say kids now, 17, 18-year-old, the younger guys out there, and I can tell real fast if one's worth his salt or not, because he'll just start talking, and he'll be like, man, I've been going, and I listen to what these turkeys are doing, and I didn't kill him, but boy, I learned something, and they taught me that I should not do that, and my late cousin, I get my mom's first cousin, Johnny Kelly, rest his soul. When I was a kid, he told me that my dad did not turkey hunt. We deer hunted, all that was great, but I wanted to turkey hunt, and I really didn't have anybody to take me. And he, and some of my other cousins that did, they wouldn't take me, and they might once in a while. But he told me one day, he said, boy, let me tell you something. He said, every day you go turkey hunting by yourself and you don't kill a turkey, he said, that's good. He said, because you learn something else. He said, every day you go and kill one, he said, sometimes you do. He said, sometimes you don't learn anything. He said, but he said, every day that you go and you don't kill a turkey, you can be assured you learn something that day. And I've carried that with me my whole turkey hunting career, and I thank him for that, because it's the truest thing I've ever been told.
Oh, yeah, Lord, yeah.
And if they say, man, I'm learning, then they're all right.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be okay. But, yeah, the best thing you can do, just be quiet and let the turkey teach you, because if he's hushing, there's a reason that he has got quiet. It may be a coyote. It may be that he's henned up. It may be that he's dead. You don't know.
You heard a boom.
Yeah. So you just don't know. And then when the bird, he's going to come or he ain't.
That's it.
And
there's two options.
You said, yeah, right. But the answer is not sitting there and blowing the reeds out of a call going, God, why did he quit gobbling at me? Because that is never going to be the right answer.
Yeah.
No, and I've made every mistake that you can make.
I have to.
I've had them jerk my britches down and make me look like a fool many times.
Well, it's funny you said.
And it'll probably happen tomorrow.
Like, hey, he's either going to come or he ain't.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, That's true, unless he is coming and you do something stupid to spook him in the middle of that process.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
he would have been
Brock,
here, you know.
You listening to Matthew Brock?
Yeah, the best thing you can do with turkey hunting is don't ruin it yourself. The turkey's not going to ruin it. Mm-hmm. You will.
Yeah. Me and Brock were hunting over there on our place a few years ago, and we had a few minutes before work, and calling this bird, and he's responsive, he's gobbling, but he's not covering much ground. It's kind of like what you do, and Cody's like, Jeremy likes to be in. I do. Look, I like to be in it. I like to move, but it's just kind of like he said. You have those feelings. I'm like, we need to stay right here. He's gonna come right here because he's gonna want to see. And Brock's like, no, we need to move. I know exactly what he's doing. He's in that fire lane. He's down there. He's not going to come up through that. If we cut that, that 60, 70 yards, he said, when he comes.
I know how the story ends.
Yeah. When he comes around that corner, he'll be right there. Boom. You got him. I'm like, Brock, we need to stay put. And he's like, no, I'm telling you. And he said, come on. And he jumped up and he run out there. And we had a decoy set in the road. And he was just going to pull the decoy up and chunk it. And we were going to, go on. About the time his hands touched the decoy, I'm still sitting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still sitting. Gun still, in my hands. It's, obviously not pointing at Brock, but I'm still there. And his hands touched the decoy, and I hear Brock go, "Oh shit!" And I mean, Brock's right between me and the bird, and that bird's head just sticks up, come right over that hill, right where we were at.
You know what they say?
He don't take more than one step, and he's flying.
You know what they say? Bye, birdie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told Brock, I said, you couldn't have scared that bird any worse if you'd have stood up and just went, boogie, boogie, boogie.
Hey, that's awesome.
That's a good one. But yeah, I've not killed nearly the birds that either of y'all have or Brock or anybody, but I have found that in the ones that I have been able to kill, it's like most things in life. Like I tell people the same thing with marketing, with design stuff, with logos. Like most of the time, less is more. Most of the time, doing more things doesn't help you get seen, doesn't help you get noticed, doesn't help you, accomplish a goal, whatever. Like most of the time, if you just do the right thing, you don't have to do more things, if that makes sense. Yeah. So
when it comes to killing turkeys, I tell everybody this, and there's a difference between turkey hunters and turkey killers.
Oh no, we're not going to do that on here. We already got destroyed online for saying something like that about deer hunting.
Exactly.
Too.
Oh,
gosh,
I'm saying exactly that.
Really? Well, hey,
we ain't wrong.
I can't help but just be honest. I mean, when you get to a point, at some point in your hunting career, it's like you learn to do you learn to not do
the wrong
things.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not the best turkey hunter in the world, but you do so many things trying to do the right thing when the whole time it's just, somebody like me is going to sit there and I love to go with young people. I mean, that's kind of my goal, and I love, and I always have, to go take people that are less experienced, that show a desire to want to do it, and that's deer, turkey hunting, fishing, whatever. But especially with turkey hunting, it's more personal. But if you come to me, I got a young guy right now that and he's helping me work some, and he's a real good young man, and he's like, man, I'm trying real hard, and I hadn't killed me one yet. And I said, well, look, you're doing all the things you need to do to make it happen. I said, just keep going. I said, if you want me to go with you and help you, I will. I said, if you just that wore out about it and you want to kill one, we'll go kill your bird. But I said, you're going to be a better turkey hunter the more you go by yourself and learn. But
That's what.
but that's my weakness. If you throw a kid or somebody, or especially a kid or a lady or somebody that wants to go, no, I'll be.
He
the
may
first,
not be any good at it, but
I'll be the first one to jump in the truck and go, let's go kill one. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I'm really not doing them a service by calling them a turkey up.
all this is coming full circle now. He wants them to learn by making mistakes. That's why he's taken Bray for 10 years and she still ain't killed birds.
Hey, that's funny. I think I've carried her 2 or 3 times over a 10-year period.
Right.
And she needs to kill a turkey.
She does. We're gonna make it happen
I don't
this year.
think about it. She needs to get in the truck and go tomorrow. That's what she needs to do.
She's probably burning something like the rest
I
of us.
don't know. I hadn't even thought about asking her about going turkey hunting.
Well, look, I've say it about
Something tells me Zach's going to be getting into it now that he's hunting a little more than he used to.
blood.
Oh, is
He's
he?
bloodthirsty.
Yeah, yeah.
I say it all the time though about bow hunting. It's just because of the distance factor. They got to be close. You can do everything right, and it still doesn't work out
absolutely.
sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
And turkey hunting's the same way. You can
Yeah.
do everything that you can possibly do. You don't overcall. You don't overpressure. You don't move around. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And and sometimes it just don't work. Like it's,
look,
you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm telling you, I consider myself a turkey killer, okay? Because I don't hunt as nearly as much as I get used to. I mean, and I guess that comes with getting old and fat. But
It does.
if I'm on go, I'm not there to get real with it. But what well as anybody in the last few years, and I think there gets to be a point where you get so old and you're like, well, I'm not going to say good at it, but you get comfortable with what you do. You get careless.
Yeah.
And I've missed 2 or 3 birds in the last few years. Just ain't got any excuse. It's my fault. I screwed the pooch because I didn't pattern my gun, or I wasn't being patient enough, or something like that. And I mean, the turkey's dead to rights, and I ought to have my butt kicked because I screwed that up. And it was my deal mainly is missing birds. I shot at one with my 410. You were with me that day.
Yeah.
And there ain't no reason that I shouldn't shot and killed that bird. And I want to say,
In Marshall County, Alabama, of
No,
all places.
no
yeah,
way.
yeah. And I mean,
Hey, one of the best turkey hunts we've ever been on
Yeah.
in our lives
Yeah,
together.
he done
in
killed
Marshall
one that
County.
morning.
I'd already killed one.
Really?
and
Yes,
we were
sir.
on the second bird, and I had him straight down the gun barrel of that 410,
God.
and he run his head up and boom, and I thought he fell off the rock. And
I still don't have an explanation for what happened.
but I shot that
Other
gun
than just missing.
and bought the gun brand new, shooting the bead, and that gun shot a 1.5 feet to the left at 30 yards.
Dang.
And that's my, I guess old school. You buy a brand new shotgun, I assume I look down the barrel and put the bead on it, says it's gonna kill it. That's my fault. That's carelessness. And there ain't no excuse for that.
Yeah. If you don't take anything out of what we're saying today,
Yeah.
shoot your shotgun before you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you change chokes, if you change shells, if you change anything, shoot it again.
Yeah. And that's been, Lord, now it seems like last year, but
That was 2021.
yeah, several years
Time
ago.
flies.
You know what's sad? That's the last turkey I killed in Alabama.
Really?
I've killed plenty in other states, but I have been on a drought in Alabama. We just don't have birds over there
I guess.
on our place.
The problem with Jeremy is he
don't go.
He will not go anywhere unless it's like on our club or
Yeah.
somewhere like that.
Yeah.
He won't. Well, I
Yeah.
say, you hadn't even been drug off to public with me or nothing. You
And I
won't
look,
go.
people ask me about hunting clients' places. Yeah, I probably could. That's just not been something I've been comfortable doing in my career.
Yeah, sure.
Unless it's somebody that I really, really know and we have a friend relationship outside of business relationship, then that's a little different. But customers that invite me, I generally try to politely decline. I try not to mix hunting with business.
Yeah, well, I don't know how y'all are about this stuff, but like, it's like you'll get an invite. It's not really an invite though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, man, you ought to come hunt. Well, all right. Well, if I shoot one,
when?
yeah, and if I shoot one on your place, are you going to be mad at me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, because if that's how this is going to be, I'd rather just not go. You know, and so most of the time I have to really feel people out when they offer. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, like he said that. I don't know if he really meant that though. Yeah. You know, oh yeah, let's go hunt together sometime. Come hunt my place. And some people mean it, some people don't. And so just be careful with that out there, y'all. If you get an invite and then you actually kill something, you might not ever get an invite back.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the thing to me is like I've got so relaxed and stuff about hunting in general as far as social wise. Like, you know, hey, it's just hunting, guys. We're supposed to be here having fun. Mm-hmm. I don't get hung up because man, you come on. If I invited you and you killed a 200-inch deer on my 500-acre lease, I'd be like, holy cow, we killed a 200-inch deer over here. Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't think about all that stuff. Like I guess it's a product of being in Texas, and I mean, there's just so many deer and so many turkeys and all this. If somebody invites me, I'm like, heck yeah, man, that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not about who kills what. And then kind of my approach is of late, because I've been having a lot of people like, hey, I want you to come go turkey hunting with me on my place. Hey, I want you to come go turkey hunting. And I'm like, we'll just do this. I'll bring my stuff and the camera and my calls and make sure your son or we'll get y'all back. No, we'll kill 2 or 3. And I'm like, well, let's kill y'all one first,
right?
And then we'll worry about me later.
That's right.
So
that's me.
That's kind of my approach right now. You know,
I love getting hunts on film with clients, kids, or wife. You know, some family member that don't hunt.
Right.
Yeah. Not that we got anything against men killing turkeys and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I've always had a weak spot for kids and females that want to get into hunting. I don't know. I have corrupted a lot of other friends, women and kids, through the years that are like, yeah, I'm never going to go hunting. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
okay, watch this. Yep. And then they go hear a turkey gobble and they're like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just got to get them out there.
Like, I really think that my oldest, I think he would like to turkey hunt, because the first time, I can remember the first time I was ever in the woods right as daylight's breaking and one just cuts loose, like, your hair just stands up on your arms, like, oh, my gosh, you know.
I still get the same feeling when I hear one gobble as I did the first one. When that quits,
I'll quit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, everybody sees that the picture or little meme or whatever, Chris Pratt, when he turns around smiling like that. That's how I feel every time I hear one gobble. I just want to go,
oh, yeah. I still do too. I don't know. It's just something about knowing that he's still there for another day. I mean, there's books been written about it. I read most of them. I encourage all y'all to read about it. I seen.
And I'll tell you something else that people need to do, and I think some social media groups, and I hope we become one of them, has done a decent job of getting some of these older generation turkey hunters and get them on and get them with kids and share what they know and how they learned it. Like I told my nephew that's eat up with turkey as about anybody as I know, I told Kobe, I said, look, you need to just go down to Talladega and sit with Mr. Leonard for a day.
Just spend a day.
And just listen to him talk about turkeys and turkey hunting.
Just be a sponge.
I said, I promise you, when you leave without picking up a call or anything else, you're going to be a better turkey hunter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're missing out of some of these these older generations talking, and things have just changed. We've gotten into a new wave of how we hunt.
Yeah, and I think we all can, especially guys our age and older, and we can all be real quick to be critical of this younger generation and the influence that social media and YouTube and stuff is having on them. And I see the negative sides of it. I see the negative side to turkey hunting in general, on how it can be perceived, but I also see a lot of positives.
Oh yeah, man.
And I think, just me alone, and everybody's not. I don't know. Maybe I pray that they are somewhat like me mentally, not any other way, but as turkey hunting goes. But I have blown at least 3 or 4 guys mine. I think that's probably, mid-20s or younger, and it aggravates me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I pull up to a place that I've hunted for 20 plus years and there's 3 or 4 trucks parked there at 4 in the morning. Okay. But at the same time, it makes me feel good that I'm praying that at least 2 of those trucks, they're actually really enthusiastic about what they're doing, and they're not just going and do it to look cool.
Yeah.
But I know that many times I have pulled over on public land, and I have walked up and knocked on the door and had 2 or 3 kids that were asleep, probably 18 years old, and they're like, man, I just want to go. And I slept here all night long, and these other trucks, they wasn't here when I went to sleep. And I'm assuming the other guys had already gone. They didn't like anybody was in the truck. But, I mean, I'll go knock on people's window. I'm going to be friendly. That's just the way I am. I want to talk to people. And and those out there, if they ever watch it, they may or may not remember me, but literally told the kid, look, I was going in here hunting, but here, get your Onyx out. I'm going to show you where the bird's at. If you want to go try to get on him. And I have literally shown them where a bird was roosted that I had went in there the evening before and walked and found. And hopefully just being nice like that. And I hope that other people, because look, there's tons and tons of land out there to go hunt. And me being me, I get off my old butt and go find another one. Don't get mad about it, and then hopefully one of them boys, went in there and got one of those birds. But it can be frustrating, but at the same time, it's good to see that there's that many people that care about the sport that are getting out here and getting into it, just as long as they do it in a respectful way. That's the thing. I think that the biggest thing that most of us are us older guys are worried about is I feel like in the 90s we had this duck hunting fad that kicked in, and it was like the cool thing. Everybody was doing it, and I know there's a lot of guys out there that's, and I duck hunting, I enjoy it in the right place and time, but just doing it to be cool and like, hey, I got this shotgun and all that, that's not what it's about, fellas.
Yeah.
So I'll get off my soapbox.
Yeah,
I definitely think certain aspects of hunting has become, now more of a fad than anything. But I don't care as long as it recruits new hunters.
well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, is that not the whole goal?
Yeah, and they're ethical.
Yeah.
If they're ethical, then I'm good with it.
Yeah.
It is to
it
an
does
extent.
get frustrating.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
if
When
you're going to go out, now you're competing with more hunters for leases, space on public ground, the whole nine. It makes it all a little more difficult.
And I'll give you a real quick rundown of, of what I said. And, okay, I'll give you a quick rundown of the frustration end of it. So, I killed 2 on public land, I think, last year. The one that gave me fits, I had to go like 3 or 4 times to kill it. It was on public land, central Alabama-ish, and kind of late season. And it's just a place there's always birds. They're pressured to the hilt. But I'm going to try to go in there and get after one if I can. Killed a lot in there in the past. And just one area, and I too was working. I had time to go down there and go for about an hour or so before I needed to get busy. And I went in there on like a Wednesday, and bird was there. I want to say the first one, I left him alone because I knew where it was. I went, messed with another bird, and left. But I came back to kill the turkey. Okay, same spot. There he is. Get down there, call the turkey up, and I'm close enough. I'm hearing every truck that goes up and down the road. I think, I don't know for sure, but anyway, long story short, I'm in here hunting. Got this bird. He's 55, 60 yards, but he's strutting in some junk. And I'm going to get a good clean shot at him. I'm enjoying my hunt. And he's not just burning it down, but he'd been gobbling steady at me for 20, 30 minutes coming up the ridge. Anyway, all of a sudden, I got called coming from two different directions coming in on me. And all of a sudden, the bird takes off. And I'm like, here we go. And here comes the turkey calling champions of the world. Mm-hmm. And I got two different hunters within 75 yards of me. And they're calling the fool out of this turkey. And he ain't said a word in 15, 20 minutes. And finally, I got one guy on my right, and I'm sitting here, been here since dark, and he's still calling. And then the other two just go, "What in the beep hell happened, dude?" And the other guy's like, dude, I don't know. This is BS, man. He was burning it up, and he's just gone. Like, I don't know, dude. Did your calling ain't sounding right? Something. They start arguing with each other about what happened, like just out loud, as loud as we're talking right now, within 100 yards of where the turkey was. Mm-hmm. And I just very nicely said, "He's gone because you scared it off." I'm like, "Who was that?" And I was like, "The guy that was about to kill the turkey." And they're like, "Dude, somebody else is down in there." And then I hear this other guy like, "What the heck?" And then he don't say nothing else. I guess he just got up and left. And I'm just sitting here like, guys, take a little bit of time to have a little bit of ethic. If you see another vehicle or vehicles in an area, if you're stopping and you're listening at your truck window, you hear one gobbling, you're not the only person. A lot of times, especially on public ground, that hears that bird. Go in there easily. Don't fly in there on a turkey. But first of all, these guys obviously didn't know what the heck they were doing because they heard them calling and walking. The turkey did before they got remotely close to it, and he knew he was gone.
I'm out.
I watched the turkey run and then pitch across a holler. So anyway, it's just
people don't realize how far a turkey can hear them walking.
Yeah. And it's that's the stuff that aggravates me, and I came back the next day and killed the turkey, but it's one of those deals of, man, just be respectful. Lord have mercy. It's just hunting, okay? And I could have got fighting mad about it, but I didn't. I just wanted them to understand loudly what happened. And by the time I started walking toward them, they were gone. I mean, they were embarrassed, I guess, whatever. But it's just like, geez, guys, just slow down, take a deep breath. That ain't the last turkey in the world.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, we'll jump in here to another scenario since we're all fired up now. This one is called Close But Hung Up.
Oh.
You got a gobbler fired up. All right, he is burning the place down. He's responded to everything, comes in strong, and then hangs up about 70 or 80 yards and won't take another step. What are you doing in that moment to close the deal?
We had a brief conversation Well, Mr. Leonard about that round about the last time we saw him. Look, I think everybody's answer on that one's going to be probably wildly different, or at least different. But there is a reason, and we may not know what that reason is, and we may, as a hunter, we may never know what the reason is that turkey don't want to come past that spot. It may be he got his ass whooped if he came past that spot by another bird 2 days before. Yeah. We don't know. Yeah. But if he's fired up and he locks down and just is not coming, something's up. Yeah. He's encountered something there. In my opinion, he's encountered something there that he is not comfortable with, and there's probably nothing you can do to pull that bird across that spot. Let him walk off, and hey, if he'll go off and he's one of these birds that works back and forth, they can walk off and try to gain that ground back as quietly as you can and get him in shotgun range. Yeah. But get him to come, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, at least from sitting there wearing your turkey call vest out, seeing what all, that's not the answer. But like Jeremy just nailed it on the head, be patient, see what he's going to do. If the turkey isn't coming any closer than a spot, and that's what I always like to say, if he's in a spot, be patient. Don't call to him. That's the thing a lot of turkey hunters need to understand. You're trying to make that turkey desire to come to you, which is totally not natural.
You're supposed to go to them.
Generally, all hens will go to a gobbler, or they'll meet. If you leave him alone and get him desiring to want to know where you were or are or where you went, you have a higher chance of that bird leaving and coming if you just give him silent treatment. And that's my opinion. If he's that close already and you just quit calling until he quits gobbling, and finally he comes out of strut and he's like,
dadgummit,
I was here with her. I mean, we were right here together, and I heard her.
She just ghosted me. What happened?
Yeah, he may pull out of the strut, and he may run that head up, and he might step.
She left me on red,
yeah,
bro.
That's right.
He may walk around the log or that little ditch that he's hung up on, whatever it is. He might do that. If not, if he's one of those that's going away and coming back, leave him alone. Let him get away from you. Safely, if you can, reposition, move up. I like to try to move laterally. I don't like to move toward a bird because you never know. I don't care how good you are. Sometimes it is hard to gauge exactly unless he's like, I've had that happen a lot. Like, he's a big mover. I call them big movers. He's going way out yonder, and then he's coming back and moving around, and a lot of them will do that, but if he's one of these mountain birds, a big move might be 20 yards, and he's coming back and
just other side of a nod.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in big woods and flatland, he may go 100 yards and come back or whatever. But moving toward one, that is another huge, if not one of the biggest mistake people make, is getting too close and too close too fast, just like the guys I just talked about a minute ago. They waited right off down in there with this bird that I was about to kill and scared it off. And that is, I would say that's probably, and I may have a lot of turkey hunters out there that I would think agree with me, that is one of the biggest things to learn as a hunter through the years going up, is learning just exactly how close you can or cannot get to a bird comfortably. Now, I can get a lot closer to one than I used to think that I could comfortably now that I'm older and more experienced. But a lot of times when I was younger, I'd sit down on a bird and I was way out of his calling range. Like I could have got 3 times closer to that turkey than what I thought I could. I was scared I was going, but here's the deal. I was erring on the side of caution, which is better
generally better
than scaring it off. But now, and that's comes with being a more experienced turkey hunter. You get in their zone, you can, if you know the right things to do, you can get him killed. But the only thing you can do is, we all still screw up. I sat down on a bird. That was year before last, and I had generally had him roosted.
Yeah.
And I sat down in the dark, and a bird started gobbling, and I was like, man, he's kind of a little further off, or he may have jumped trees on me last night. And I heard, and I was like, I can't move. Where is that? And I was like, oh boy. And
close.
I was sitting on a ridge, and it was getting gobbling, it was daylight, gobbling time. And I didn't kill the bird. I don't know. It's one of those ethical things. I might should have. Most people probably would have. But I looked straight at, just like I'm sitting right here. I had my back to a tree, and about 40 yards down, I was in some steep terrain. Down the hill, there's a big white oak straight up, and this turkey wasn't 30. I don't know. He was right there. I could have blew that son of a gun off a limb all day long. He was on a flat limb up in the top of that tree, and it was just straight off, and he was just strutting. I wanted to video it so bad, and I could not move. I sat there and luckily had my mouth call, and I purred one time, and he strut and he gobbled at it, and I said, when your feet hit the ground, you are dead. I'm not going to shoot you in the tree. And that son of a gun, finally, and I don't know how he didn't see me, he started rocking and he was gobbling. Y'all, I'm talking about, I get excited, but not like I used to. That morning, I don't want to know what my blood pressure was. I was catatonic. This bird was, I was seeing he'd shake, and his snoot would just flop, and I was like, oh my God. I could just pick my gun up when you strut, and when you come out of strut, I could blow you off that limb. And finally, he rocked, and he pitched, and he lit on the side hill, but below me where I couldn't see him. And I was like, I got my gun up, and I was like, as soon as your head comes up here, you're done. And he went silent. And I didn't do nothing. I could hear him walking in the leaves. And eventually, just got the wind kind of started blowing a little bit. Maybe 5 minutes went by. And then all of a sudden, I heard, he walked straight off that hill. Never seen him again. I was like, I can live with that.
Yeah. Cool story.
Sorry.
Well, I know y'all are not the biggest fans of using decoys and stuff like that, but having a bird hung up, cousin of mine drew a hunt for Cedar Creek for an SOA, and it was for opening weekend. So, I can't, was it the first 10 days you can't use? So it was within that window, so we couldn't use them. Anyways, if y'all have ever been to Cedar, I don't know if y'all ever been there, Cedar Creek.
Yeah.
Okay, so parts of it, I know there's different units, but it looks like Kansas. Like it's like sage grass and giant cedar trees. Like it's just weird looking, for Alabama. It doesn't look. Yes, it's cool. And anyways, we've got a little, two ridges, make a valley in between us, and this one is roosted, and it gobbles and gobbles and stuff, and it flies down, and we can see it. And it's just going back and forth about 90 yards, just gobbling, strutting his brains out, Well, he can look straight across all that open field, and there's no hen out there.
Yeah.
So he's like, not coming. And I told my cousin, I'm like, man, if we could have used a decoy, you could have stuck a hen up, he'd have hit us in the face flying from the tree. You know what I mean? Because he wanted to come in so bad, but he was just like, there's just nothing over there. Like I can look across there and see it, and I'm just not coming.
I think that's why fanning and reaping has become so popular. Man, they respond to that. Yeah, and I'm, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I don't care.
I stand on it. The old decoy, he is killed a many a bird, but
Yep.
he has saved a many a bird's life too.
Ain't
'Cause
no
there
doubt.
are got plenty of birds out there that look at that decoy and they'll go,
Nope.
"Thank you, I am not interested."
I've seen what happens
Yeah.
around them things.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that whole charade was in Kansas. I won't say any names or where I was or who I was with, but I was just like, this is what turkey hunting. Which I mean, hey, to each his own.
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas is Kansas. It's not
Kansas ain't
South-
Kansas anymore. Good
South,
Lord.
South swamp. Yeah, I know.
Poor turkeys. Just
but-
doing terrible.
Hey, the first time I saw that, I thought there won't be any turkeys left. If they
it'll kill
respond
'em.
like those just did,
They won't make it.
yeah, I mean, you flash that thing at them, and let me tell you something, folks, because it got me. That's been, I don't know, 15, 10, several years ago now, when that kind of got popular and you first started seeing people do it. But I got to testing her out a lot and just seeing.
Oh, yeah, we tried it in Texas out there.
And buddy, it works. But let me tell you something. As much as it does work, it don't work.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just like anything else, it depends on the scenario.
bird, yeah.
I have shown turkeys that fan just to see what they do. And I'm not talking about, y'all can get on me all you want to. I bet I might have shot 2 or 3 doing that, maybe. And it was usually on one I was mad at or something. I'd hunted him 3 or 4 times. But I have seen just as many run from that as I have seen run to it. Now, one thing I will say, oddly enough, which I don't carry one. I did for a little while in Texas, but I know guys that do carry a fan. Is that legal in Alabama anymore?
The reaping is not, I
No,
don't think.
you can have a fan, but it has to be stationary.
Okay.
So it's got to be attached to something.
Okay.
If it,
What?
you can't move it.
Right. Well, the few times I've done it, it's been several years ago, or carried one with me in Alabama and Texas and anywhere else I've been. If you get birds in close and you got a fan laying there, and I have like if you can get your hand on it and they're getting nervous and you just really slow put that up, I will say
Calm them down.
9 out of 10 times it calms them down.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I have found.
I used one a lot taking Colby when he was a kid. He'd sit down, he couldn't be still.
Right.
We'd have hens, kind of close, and I could get that fan and I could just hold it. And you could just turn it a little bit, and they just calm down. When birds are walking up on you, and you got a kid or somebody that's not experienced, you can raise that fan up just a little bit, and it just seemed to calm the birds down a little bit instead of, them blow the woods up and putting off and everything, just
Right.
ruining things. But I do get, I get the reasoning behind the regulations of not moving them. It's a dang good way to get yourself shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one reason I do not carry one in the state of Alabama. Period.
Yeah.
And here's another little tip to people out there, especially those that hunt public land. It's got nothing to do with the actual act of hunting the turkey. Don't wear anything on your body that is red, white, or blue. Okay?
Don't do it.
And to you people out there that make hats and junk that's camouflaged for turkey hunting, and it's got American flags and crap on the front of it, stop doing that, because you're going to get somebody killed, okay? I'm not going to say, oh, man, you got to be an idiot to shoot something. Yes, you
don't.
do.
No,
But,
you don't.
trust me, there are guys out there that if you're sitting there and you move your head on public land and they see red, white, and blue and you're in close proximity to a turkey that's been gobbling, they're going to put the beat on it and pull the trigger. Don't wear.
I personally know 2 people.
Yeah.
that
Leave
have
your
been
Trump
shot.
hat at home.
Really?
Yeah. One was on a piece of land that I used to manage years ago. It was a father and son hunting, and they were working a bird, and the father didn't get around great. So, they hatched a little plan. Dad's gonna stay here, and son's gonna go up here, and he's gonna just split up and see. They're not able to get the bird to the right spot, so I'm just gonna move over here. Well, he did, and he moved up a little further than what he thought. And as he started calling and working the bird, and the bird gobbles, the dad sees what he thinks is the bird and shoots his own son in the face.
Gosh.
See, it's that easy.
I know of that he was blind in one eye. I'm not sure that it didn't completely blind him.
Man, listen,
Just
you'd have to be an idiot to do that.
No.
Well,
You just got to make a mistake.
yes, and I mean the other thing is I think that.
And I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying
No,
there's probably going to be people out there
but
say that kind of
I mean, I'll say it this way.
mistakes happen, man.
The general hunter is not generally stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Most people aren't, but to say that there's not idiots in the woods would be the understatement of the year.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? The woods is full of stupid
Yep,
people.
inexperienced folks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna make it try to make it a quick little brother reference and
Little bro.
little bro. There's not another more enthusiastic human being on the face of this planet about turkeys and turkey hunting than a little bro. But my little brother, he's got two precious little boys, my nephews, Russell and Rex. Love them both like they're my own. I don't have any kids, but he don't get to hunt much.
Right.
And he went down to some public land. I believe it was last year. I believe. Can't remember. It was last year.
Last year might have been the year before.
last.
I know the story.
And Kyle, in his own right, is a heck of a hunter.
In general.
In general, and he's a good turkey hunter. And he'd been working this bird, and he's looking at the turkey, and he's about to shoot it.
It's happening.
And it's coming in, and it's in a place that there's not a whole lot of turkeys, and
but a lot of people.
And a lot of people, and he made it happen, and like he has before. And he said all of a sudden this turkey comes out of strut and just lights out running and pitches and flies. And he said all of a sudden I hear yaw 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 yaw, and he's like, what? And my brother's kind of like old Gerald over here. He can get his eyes crossed real quick, real bad. And you don't want to be in his path unless you're me, because I know how to get out of their way. And I can tell when it's coming to that boiling point. But Kyle got to it real fast and had to calm himself down. He said a guy comes walking through the woods in a pair of blue jeans, camouflage shirt, and said he's just yelping, yelp, 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 and walking with a crossbow cocked. Like Elmer Fudd.
Nice.
And said the guy walks within 5 steps of him, and he said, I'm next to a blowdown with my camo on right where I've been. And he said, I went, hey, man, what are you doing? He said, this guy almost had a heart attack. And he said, I talked to him for a second, and he was like, dude, I'm really sorry. I heard a bird gobbling in here. And he's like, I don't know what Kyle. He didn't cuss the guy out, but he told him, like, man, you need to stay out of here. Like, if you see a truck parked up there, somebody's in here hunting. You probably need.
Yeah, it's a really, really small piece of public land.
And like you need to have a little bit more respect for your fellow hunter, because I've been in here. And anyway, I'll leave it at that. But that just goes to show you, like, if you're doing that, number one, you probably are a fairly inexperienced hunter. I'd say you're probably a really inexperienced turkey hunter. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna just walk up on one in blue jeans with a crossbow, unless you get really, really lucky.
Right.
So anyway, we'll leave that one there.
Well, speaking of some public land, you guys know this. That is not what this podcast is about. We don't talk public land because there's a lot of hunting podcasts, which we're also not just a hunting podcast, but a lot of those guys out there that are doing that is their main focus, and they're really good at it, and that's kind of their bread and butter. That's not us, all right? Mm-hmm. But I will throw you guys a scenario for a public land hunter, just maybe satisfy some of you guys that do that a lot. Public land pressure, right? You're on public land opening weekend. You hear multiple hunters calling at the same general area as a gobbling bird that you're working. The question is, do you compete with them? Do you back out entirely, or do you try to outmaneuver both the hunters and the bird?
You want me to answer that?
It just depends.
Well, so
A lot of times you can let them run it to you.
there is that very, very, very good chance. So you're on public land. You hear several other hunters working the same bird.
Mm-hmm.
If I've been there and they came in on me and they're not posing a threat of danger, I won't say I seen old Pinhody Dave, as we like to call him. Had a scenario on one of his videos like that. I just hush.
Yeah.
Let all that take place. Hey, if they kill the bird, good for them. If they don't, and I don't have somewhere I got to be or whatever, when they leave, if they don't run that bird off, I kill him. If they're really aggravating me, it's a lot of me or you, whomever the hunter might be.
How it affects you.
It's like, and I do that. If I can back out and go somewhere else, I might do that. And then I might come back a few hours later or whatever, and I might ease in there and make a little soft call, see if he answers me after those guys have got fed up or got their butt whooped or whatever. But that's kind of the way I approach it. It depends on the scenario, but if I can sit there and be quiet and let them get their, scaring bird education over with, then I'll let them do what they got to do, and then I'll continue. But hey, it's fun sometimes to just sit there, and I have had that happen. Old boy roll in there, boom, haul him on home with him. Hey, get her done, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Like at some point, you don't get mad about it anymore. It's just,
it's public land.
As the guy said, it's public land, man. Hey, have at it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious. This is not a public land scenario. It was on private, but you know how it is, like, especially to start the season, it's like, I just can't wait to hear the very first gobble. Like, I can't hear it fast enough, and whatever, maybe it's like, you never know with opening day in Alabama, it may be 80 degrees or it may be cold, you just don't know, and maybe they gobble a lot, maybe they don't at all. And I was hunting with my dad a couple of years ago, and it was on his birthday. It's usually opening day for turkeys and stuff. So anyways, we're hunting and hadn't heard anything all morning. It gets to be about 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, and we've worked on down this ridge, and we know, because it's private, it's several hundred yards away, but we know that there is a food plot. Like I said, it's probably 500 or 600 yards from where we're at. So I call a little bit, and way off in the distance, you hear one. Oh, I'm like, oh man, here we go, finally, and then we're just listening. I kind of, like I said, I try to do less, so I'm trying not to call a ton. Well, I call again, and about 10 seconds after I get through calling, pow, you can hear him at the same spot. I'm like, oh man, here we go, man.
Yeah.
So we're like standing up to like make our move to get a little bit closer. Boo! Oh crap!
Yeah.
Somebody was on that plot and got him. So I was like, hey, whatever, man. More power to you.
Had that happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that's, and that's a lot of people don't understand turkey biology and stuff. And they're, oh man, that's the only bird we had. And it's like,
nah,
probably not.
Come back in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, unless we're talking about the bird I heard the other day. That's the only one. Just don't tell where it was.
Which one?
The one I text y'all about.
Lord, I don't remember, Jeremy. We got so many texts and stuff going, but yeah, man, I have
the one place they ain't birds.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, okay. I read you now. Yeah, I've got a little MRI on that situation, and I think they're more there than you think there are.
No, there's a few. They always have been,
Yeah.
but they just
But
they have a hard time
that was
making
a
it in
long time ago in junior college when we've
Yeah.
had that conversation. That lady and I was like, "You've lost your mind. There's not turkeys right there," and she was like, "My husband pays a pretty shiny nickel to hunt there. I assure you, if there was not quite a few turkeys in there, he wouldn't be there."
Wouldn't do it.
there. Yeah.
So anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it can kind of make you get discouraged when you all gung ho and well, we gonna get him. Boom! You're like,
Yeah.
Crap.
boy, I sure hope he missed.
Here you go. Here's another scenario. Late season educated birds. It's late season. The woods have been hunted hard.
Pro at this.
Birds aren't gobbling much, and the ones that sorry, I don't know what I typed right here. The ones that have heard, one that have heard every call in the book. Sorry, y'all can't read. What changes in your approach, calling style, setup?
Oh, that's
timing,
easy, man.
All that kind of stuff.
You've heard the saying, "Kill 'em with kindness, kill 'em with corn."
Don't do that, guys.
I'm trying to get over bronchitis over here, and Gerald's got to throw that one at me.
Yeah, well,
I was like, "Where's this going?"
yeah, with the challenging of the OFD, everybody seems to be up in arms about on our Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I guess you could do that now, you know. Whatever.
Hey, I'm
The what? Whoa.
the open field doctrine.
Oh.
Losing that.
Yeah.
Look, like I've said, and we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. It's a huge win for property rights, but there's going to be some wildlife taking on the nose.
Yeah.
Hey, Star.
Yeah, I'm not touching that. But I will say,
The late season birds.
late season bird. If he gobbles, he's dead. I sound arrogant. Maybe I am, but they don't.
Maybe a little.
They don't. Man, they don't.
Late season birds that are gobbling are in the mood.
Yeah, if he's still gobbling late season, and he's been. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm really not. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, he's making a mistake
If
already.
he's
just opening his
gobbling
mouth.
and he's been messed with, like you said, I'm taking
they've been hunted hard.
full-hearted here. The scenario he gave me, if he's hunted hard, he is just wore out, and he's gobbling. He's wanting to be killed.
Yeah, that's the day. People talk about they're wanting to die.
Yep.
That's those days.
And I didn't mean anything like that. Anybody
No.
knows me personally, I'm humble as they come. I mean, those are the easiest turkeys to kill, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, like, if you remember one of the earlier episodes that we ever did with Paul Campbell at NWTF, he talked about it. It was like, you know, when they want to die, you almost can't help from killing them because they want to die.
Yeah.
And so it's like, on one hand, this stuff can be really easy,
Right.
Oh,
but
yeah.
then there's the rest of the time where it's
right.
not.
Well, I mean,
You know
I
what
guess
mean? Like,
that's going to come off on the video, but like as complete overconfidence or arrogance. But no, I'm being serious. Like that, in my opinion, my lifelong turkey hunting experience, those are the easiest turkeys to kill. If he that late in the season and he's gobbling, generally he shouldn't be that hard to kill.
Yeah.
I mean, and look,
you can still mess it up.
he's done seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go in there and be dumb about it generally. But if he's gobbling and he's hot and it's May, you know,
It's like the week finals are over and all the bars is open, buddy.
Most of your hens are nesting. You know, he's looking for love.
there's got to be somebody out here that's not on the nest.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and Jay, trust me, I've been on those kind of birds and didn't kill them.
Yeah, you can mess up
A
any
lot.
of them.
Sure.
But generally those are, man, they've been picked at and everything else. And if he's in the right state of mind to just be telling everybody right where he's at.
And I don't public land hunt much anymore at all, and never did as much as Cody did. But those birds, I have found what little I hunted generally was late season, and it's almost like people get frustrated with public land by then and aren't going, and you can catch it less crowded with a hot bird.
Don't tell everybody that.
Well,
But yeah, I mean it is kind of, it's not public land. It's hunting in general, especially turkey hunting. People, it's hunting season. You know, me and Jeremy, we're excited. You're excited. It's tomorrow's turkey season. It's like the first day of deer season.
Well, that's Christmas morning, man.
2 weeks in, I've got 14 ticks off of me, and like I walked 800 miles, and it's just like 86 degrees that start hit. It's because we're starting later every year now. It's like, man, you know what? I can go sit under the bridge this Saturday in the shade and not catch any fish.
Snatch some crappie out
And
the river.
at least try to catch fish and not be so doggone hot. It's just like, or in my case, people know me, like, set that boat in the ocean. I'm going to go catch me a wahoo or something. I'd a whole lot rather be doing that than getting eaten by ticks. And a lot of other guys are the same way. It's like, man, how all I can stand to this. So late season can be productive.
I got you one last one here. We'll have to wrap it up relatively quick. This one we'll call the wrong direction bird.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
You strike a gobbler midday. He answers you immediately. Bang. But he's clearly moving away from you while gobbling. Like, you can tell he is going in the opposite direction of you. Question is, do you chase him? Do you try to get ahead of him, or you just sit tight and hope that he circles back?
And you said midday?
Mm-hmm.
And he just hammers right off, but he's going
But
from
he's
you.
going away. You can tell he's not coming to you. He's working his way. And I guess in this scenario, you don't know if he has hens or not.
You probably boogered him a little bit if that's happening, but
I'd try to get around in front of him more than likely.
I could. I wouldn't call to him no more.
Yeah.
I can tell you what not to do.
Yeah. Don't just follow right up behind him.
Taylor's like, I'm asking you personally because I did this.
Yeah.
I really know.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've told this on the podcast before, but we had a small lease in Jackson County, and it had about altogether probably between 80 acres and 100 acres of cornfields, in the center of the property. The day before, I killed a bird just off of a food plot. So I go back the next day, and I have one gobbling, and it's there. The cornfield is not flat. It's not crazy, but it's just got just a little bit of a rise in it, and then levels off. Well, I'm on the downhill side of that rise, and I can hear this. I'll call, he gobbles. I call, he gobbles, and I'm like, again, trying not to call much, but I'm trying to figure out where he's at because he's not getting closer to me. It sounds like he's just staying in the same spot. And so, again, like y'all were talking about using maps and knowing the property and stuff. Well, I know, like, where I think he is, it would be really easy for me to circle around and get behind him because there's plenty of woods. I can make a huge loop and get around him and see on top of that, hill and get a plan together. So it had rained the day before, so that cut cornfield's just mud. It's nasty. So this goes on for the better part of half an hour. I'm trying to be as minimal with the calling as I can. He's going, but every time I do it, he answers every time, and I'm like, gosh, man, he's got to have hens with him because he's not coming any closer.
Airstrike.
Yes, like what's about to happen? So I'm like, all right. If he's in the woods, then I can circle around him easy. If he's in the middle of this cornfield and I can't see him, you know what I mean, or whatever, then I don't know how I'm going to kill him. So I'm just trying to run through every scenario in my head. So this is what I decided to do. Which, by the way, needless to say, this is the wrong thing to do. Don't ever do this, but learn from my mistakes. I didn't want to go dragging my shotgun through all that mud because all I wanted to see is if he's in this field. If he's in the field, then I know what I'm going to do.
I already know where this is going.
Yes. So,
Who's made that mistake? This
I bet no. I honestly,
and that guy.
I bet no one has ever made this mistake. Honestly,
I don't know.
So I don't bring the gun with me, and I belly crawl up there to this rise. And in my head, I'm thinking he's going to be about 80 yards away from me, just outside the woods and inside that field. And I'm like. So I belly crawl up, and I'm talking about, like, I get the brim of my hat and my eyeballs up above that rise like this, and he's 20 yards right there, looking right at me. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. So I just back down, turn around, and I start to crawl back down the hill, Well, you are talking about, like, sometimes those turkey fans or a decoy can just send them the opposite direction.
Yeah.
This thing chases me, comes at me, and he's with hens or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's chasing me, and I'm like, I wish I could have had this on video because it was hilarious. But I'm crawling through this muddy cornfield as fast as I can get, back to my gun. And I get about 25 yards from the gun, and he's just right behind me, Well, he finally stops and is like, you don't look like a turkey. You know what I mean? Like, just that demeanor, like, you're not what I think you are. And so I like, reach for my gun, and about that time it turns around and runs back up the hill. And, I get it, run back up the hill. He's gone. Oh, wow. But I'm just saying that was a scenario where, like,
have your gun.
Just bring the gun, man. Like,
Been
just bring it. Like, because it would have been that easy.
Yeah. Don't buy a shotgun so nice you're not willing to drag it through some mud.
That's right. Okay? And this one ain't nice, by the way. This one is.
That's not.
And buy one that works if you drag it through mud.
Buy one that goes bang.
Yeah.
And by the way, you Benelli shooters out there. Check your chamber. Make sure that joker's closed. I've heard a couple of them go click in the last couple of years after being toted around and bounced around.
Yeah, man. That was a pretty hard scenario that you gave as far as what to do. But
see, Cody don't know what it's like to crawl on a turkey, or he's forgot. He was in Texas for 10, 11 years. You don't crawl on turkeys out there.
You'll get stuff stuck in everything.
I ain't never been no real big of a.
He's too big.
I've always tried to pride myself in learning how to call them to me instead of having to crawl up on them. Which don't say that I ain't never done it, but I'm gonna tell you something. You learn real quick in Texas, especially South Texas. You don't crawl out there nowhere.
Nope.
You don't put your skin on the ground anywhere.
You do, and you do it one time. If you've got a brain, you don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a crap what it is. 250-inch native deer. Woo-wee. Chances are I'm not crawling up on it to get a shot at it. I don't care because I'm talking about, y'all, I burnt. I don't know how many. Thousands of dollars probably wise out there of clothes I burned up. I just threw them in a fire and burned them. Because once you get that stuff in them, you cannot get it out. They are ruined.
Everything wants to poke you, bite you, stick you, everything out there.
I'll never forget one of the first turkeys that we killed out in Texas. Me and Brock were out there. It's a bird I shot, I think, out on 12.
Okay.
We're all together, me and Matt and Cody, and I think we got it on. We did get it on film. Cody got it somewhere, but I kill a turkey and Matt jumps up and we're gonna do the high five, the whole thing, and he just pecker plants a prickly pear, and you can see all the prickly pear thorns just like stuck to him, and when he tries to back away, it pulls with him, and you're like, ooh.
That's a Southern U exclusive term right there, pecker plant.
Yeah, I hope they'll pecker plant.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't have hit him any better right there. But best I remember, it was 3 or 4 months, and he had one of the last barbs come out of his thigh while we were at work one day.
Yeah, that is that stuff is for real. That I've heard. I don't know if this is how true this is. Y'all have more experience in Texas, but I know they say that a lot of people in South Texas don't eat like the shanks of deer because there's so many thorns and junk like that in there.
Dude,
you know, like
it blew my mind when we skinned deer out there. Cody's like, y'all need to see this. The legs from right above the knee down, man, they were black. Like you pull the hide off, the meat, under there, everything's black,
like hair. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean
it's just prickly pear hairs, every kind of. Which everything out there has is a browse defense mechanism. Mm-hmm. It has a prickle, a thorn, something, and they get so much of it. It probably, you can see my poor old arms, old rough man. Mine probably somewhere, if there is a layer of skin that we have similar, in between the skin and the muscle is just millions of prickly pear hairs and thorns, and they don't get infected. They just stay there. And Lord knows my arms and stuff have been through enough. If it's possible, I may still have some in there.
We shot turkeys out there and be skinning them, and you'd find thorns just drove straight into the breast. It'll be that long. You're like,
misery.
That hurts. Yeah. Okay?
Hogs, everything out there is just tougher.
Yeah. Oh, there's no
South
question.
of San Antonio and that brush country stuff is.
I shot a bird one day and jumped up and just made the mistake of I put my hand down to get up, right in stinging nettle. You won't talk about lighting my butt afire. It didn't last 10 minutes, but
and stinging nettle out there, that's the least of your concerns.
Yeah. I mean, it just burnt the piss out of me. And of course, while I'm getting over that, Brock made his donation to South Texas. That's the location he lost his bench made while he was having to drop a deuce out there.
Real nice knife out there somewhere.
Yeah, a great bench made laying out there beside prickly pear somewhere.
Somebody will find it probably. But
hey, look,
I have somewhere I got to find because I've been needing them to wear in a couple of these burns I've had to do.
Briar breeches or chaps.
I had a very good guest of the ranch that came that I got to be friends with, and they had me a really nice set of Filson chaps, custom made, and I think it had my name and like War Eagle, like
that's unfortunate
down the side of. They were very nice, and now they're very. But I have brush jackets, brush chaps. I have everything you need to basically light off like a running backer and run through cactus and that stuff. Yeah. And if you don't, do not do it. And that's what I say. You could go like I think first time Mr. Rod asked me, he's like, go to the academy or somewhere and get us like 20 pairs of every size of brush chaps. So I went like San Antonio and got a credit card and swiped it, whatever, and just bought like 3 big old bags of just like chaps and like brush gear.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. We went down there. South Texas, you don't buy regular brush gear. You have to buy like the best,
real deal,
nicest. We wound up like throwing that junk away, and I ordered like $15,000 worth of like Filson stuff for guests to wear because, and like the nicest stuff you could, because that's, man, I tell you what, the stories.
The only thing that we've got that anybody can, I guess, compare the way that stuff tugs at pants is like in places that's just taken over by multiflora rows. Yeah. It's the only thing I can equate it to, because that's why I have chaps for the Southeast. When I was living in Georgia, we cruised some Weyerhaeuser tracks that were just absolutely loaded with multiflora rows. You get out there in double front Carhartts, it lasts a couple hours.
No, well, like people like to talk about sawbriars around here, and it's like, those aren't fun, but they're big thorns and they're spaced out.
Yeah, and if you use your eyeballs, you can see them.
No, and but what you're talking about, they're teeny tiny and they're everywhere, and they will rip stuff to shreds.
Yeah, I think out there in Texas, it's like everything that's getting you, that cuts you up and pokes you and all that stuff, and you're crying about it. That's great. Well, it's all the stuff that you aren't noticing yet.
Oh yeah.
and it's in your clothes and everything else. It's going to get you when you go get you a nice hot shower and you lay down at night and you're like, hey, I'm good to go. Yep. And then you're like,
roll over on this.
The first night you're up, the first night you're there, you're up all night trying to learn how do we mitigate what's going on here. And people would laugh at me before, I was out there for 10 years. I'd light out running in a pair of flip-flops through that junk because I learned how to get through it and not get stuff on me. But if you don't, you just don't realize you're doing it. But man, I mean, you've got it. You walk through there in a pair of jeans and socks and so you go home the next day. I'd just say go out there and tell Poncho and them throw it in the burn pit and we'll go to town and get you some more because burn it. Yeah. There ain't no getting it out of it. But
no doubt.
We'll get off that subject and get back to turkeys.
No, I reckon that's all the scenarios with there. It was 6 of them, so that was fun though. We may do some more stuff like that for maybe during deer season or something like that. Just some scenarios.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's fun talking through them.
I love talking turkey hunting now.
Yeah, that's right.
I got plenty of stories. I don't guess we even got the one with David on there I was telling.
Oh, yeah.
About the fanning, and if we got time, we'll do
that. We're
do it later. But
we're I don't know, somewhere around an hour and a half or an hour and 40 or something like that on this one. So
we can save it.
But I know we didn't do shout outs and stuff like that, but did want to just say a huge thank you to our sponsors. I know a lot of guys, like when we're talking turkeys, everybody's fired up about it. This is also getting the early parts of 3D competitive archery season, which is ASA, IBO, all that good stuff, NFAA, all the field archery stuff like that. And
don't worry, I don't shoot anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all go get you a darting.
Man, I'm telling you, go check them out. That new we don't have the Tri-Tex in our hand yet, but hopefully we'll have those pretty soon. But obviously we're big on them, and Randy's been great to us. They just continue to kind of push the envelope on the innovation and tuning features and kind of stuff that's built in so that you're not having to get aftermarket things to help make your bow more accurate or make the arrow flight better. All this tuning ability is already built into the bow, which is pretty cool. So check them out. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I would take that Sequel 33, the ST2 that I've got, and I would put it up against any bow of any manufacturer in the world. Like, it's just, the thing just shoots. Like, it's a stable platform. The vibration on the shot is extremely minimal. I like a little bit of vibration because it's feedback. It's telling me what my grip is doing, and if I'm torquing the bow or whatever. So it's just, I don't know, it's just a great platform. So,
and speaking of that, we can get us old turkey shot with old stick and string this year.
Yeah,
we can make it happen.
All right, I would lose my mind.
We need to do our little property spotlight too.
It's true. Yeah. I was going to ask you if you had one for Tut.
We do, and hey, this one's mine.
Hey, there we go. Right. It's a good one.
Yeah, so it's a new listing. It's in St. Clair County, Alabama. It's 126 acres. We call it the Holland Acres Tract. Got a nice little building. I think both of you went down and helped me do a little cleanup, and Taylor did the video and pictures. Got a really nice 36 by 40 building, roll-up doors. Primarily storage building.
It's got the wildlife.
It's got it, buddy.
Golly,
speaking of turkeys, it's got old Big Boy hanging out up there. I've been getting pictures of him. Plenty of deer, great area.
You better hide.
Yeah, power, water, septic, the whole nine. So
nice.
If you guys are looking for a hunting track or looking for a track that also has some home site possibilities, give me a shout, or you can find it at tutland.com.
Yeah, and I will say, just for the time that I was up there and got to ride around, there were no shortage of rubs anywhere in that place.
It was rubbed out.
Dude, rubs
I'd hate
everywhere.
to be a tree in that part of the place.
For real.
Yeah, and, what was it, 3 weeks ago that we did that?
something like that, probably.
And then we heard a turkey gobbling while we were there.
Yep.
So
And saw
can't
one.
beat that. Yeah.
We saw one.
Oh, and got pictures of him too.
Yep.
Saw
He's a man.
a man. of a
Had an
turkey.
absolute rope on him.
Yeah,
so.
like
He got him some hooks
yeah,
too.
I'd be scared of him in a fist fight.
Yeah, we got some good pictures of him up there on that knob.
That's right.
So
yeah, make sure to check it out, tutland.com. Also, shameless plug for the Habitat Network. Those of you
absolutely.
who may have not seen the launch, we tried to get it out there. Seemed like all of us were sick at the same time. So it's like during launch day, we were all like trying to just stay alive.
And all just absolutely slammed with work.
Yes.
And that hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't. But,
I'm tired of working.
But yeah, Habitat Network is basically the best way to explain it is it's a network of habitat professionals that consist of drone pilots, burn practitioners, foresters, and wildlife biologists. And we're developing that network that will span across the whole Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that you can hop on that website. If you pay for an annual membership, there's a lot of perks that come along with that, but it's $45 membership. Get you for the whole year. You'll have access to all of these professionals. You can look up to see who's in your area. And for most places, there's more than one biologist. There's more than one drone guy, whatever. So you have some choices for availability, and different people offer different things and that sort of stuff. So just a way for us to link landowners in the South up with vetted, credential carrying.
Yeah, these are not fly-by-night
No,
operations. These are vetted. I have talked to them. I've seen work samples. I've talked to customers, clients of theirs, and guys, look, it's on me to vet all these folks. That's kind of my responsibility in the business, and we're slammed. I'm trying to get to them, but we are adding new people every week. I think as of now, we've just about got somebody in every state that's either already signed up and available on the site or in the process of getting all that complete.
Yes, and that's the only thing I was going to say is if you're a professional and you think that maybe this is something you want to pursue, there's a way for you to apply at the habitatnetwork.com. Check out that application. If you're a landowner looking for professional help, maybe you get on there and you say, hey, I don't see anybody in my area. Just be patient. Like, we are adding people, like Jeremy said, every week there are professionals being added to that network. We're expanding that. So there may not be somebody there today. There could be tomorrow. So just be patient with us. We're building this thing out and trying to do it the right way. But along with your membership, you're going to get access to a private Facebook group where all the professionals will be, as well as other members. You can ask questions. You can post pictures. You can do whatever you guys want to discuss habitat-related stuff in that network or in that Facebook group. And you can also get access to a monthly live stream with some of our professionals. You can actually hop on Riverside and ask your questions to them, and they'll answer them in real time. We record all that, and then we post the video in that Facebook group so that the members can view that at a later date if they want to. If they want to check it out later, they can. So,
and it's not meant to take the place of hiring a consultant. But let me tell you something. For $45 a year, I promise you can ask one question of these professionals and pay for that $45
listen,
a year.
If it
pay
was
for it multiple times.
If it was just a question about what herbicide to spray over your food plot, it could save you from smoking your whole food plot or something.
Which is hundreds of dollars.
Yes. So literally, I don't know that you'll be hard pressed to find a better value in that. So we're also working on some seminars and events that'll be available to you guys too, and you can attend those.
Gear discounts to come.
Yep.
We have a lot of work to do with that, but just a lot of things have to be in place to get that just right for you guys.
That's right. So check it out. And then obviously if you have just general questions, whatever, I mean, this is the podcast like it always has been. Shoot us questions. We love hearing from you guys. We love talking with you. Even if you send us hate stuff, we don't care about that either. Send it on.
Bring it. That's the fun part.
We're big boys. We have tough skin.
Sometimes I hate what I do myself, so it's like we can hate them. get together.
That's right. So I'm sure we'll have some more turkey content coming up for you guys really soon. And if these guys will just
Hopefully
go shoot
tomorrow.
one in the face tomorrow, then we'll have that.
I got to remember my camera.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't bring his today. That's why I'm
Yeah,
doing the
so
same
I'm
thing.
going to try to do my part. I got a brand new GoPro.
There you go.
And, yeah.
So we'll have 18 GoPros
yeah,
scattered through the
Every angle, you guys.
I have had one for years, and that just still aggravates me. I don't know why. It's like everything's great. It just don't work anymore. I bought new batteries and everything for it, and just quit.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Not like some of my help.
yeah, there you
Worked
go.
great and then just quit.
Then just quit.
I know that.
Well, guys, if you are in Alabama, tomorrow's opening day. Be safe.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Go shoot one in the face.
And congratulations to all the kids that's already killed.
That's
one.
right,
Or
yeah,
kids
you-
and veterans.
I'm not
I think.
jealous at all.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we appreciate you listening in. Share, like, comment,
And
follow all the
Thank
things.
the Lord for what a beautiful sport we get to share.
That
Man.
is right.
Gosh,
Amen.
mighty.
That's right. Ain't nothing like it. Speaking the language, playing the game.
That's it, man.
But, guys, thanks for listening. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Out.